It's Lunch with Dr. Dave. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. We're here at noon, Monday through Friday.
Today, we take a moment to honor and remember a true legend of the local airwaves. David Allen G., known as Dr. Dave on the air, passed away on January 2nd after a long battle with cancer at the age of 73. David's passion for radio began as a volunteer sports reporter during his college days at the University of Massachusetts. From there, he built an incredible broadcasting career that spanned decades. He started as a sportscaster in Atlanta before becoming the beloved Dr. Dave we know here in Palm Coast on WNZF and Cool FM, hosting the iconic Lunch with Dr. Dave for over a decade. He also served as WNZF sports director and was the original radio voice for the Matanzas Pirates and FPC Bulldog high school football teams. Dr. Dave's dedication to his craft and his unmistakable voice made him a cornerstone of our local broadcasting community. Dr. Dave wasn't just a broadcaster, he was an inspiration to those who worked alongside him, and his legacy will continue to live on in the hearts of his listeners and his friends. Rest easy, Dr. Dave. Your voice will forever echo through the airwaves. And now WNZF sports anchor Mike Licio has a very special sports report.
Thanks to Mike Licio for lending us his expertise. It would have been a lot less fun without him, I'll tell you that.
This past Thursday, my friend, mentor, and hero, Dr. Dave West, passed away after a battle with cancer at the age of 73. In September 2009, I had been asked by my friend John to help him call a football game on the radio featuring the alma mater St. Augustine and FPC. I was excited to check a box off on my bucket list, but I would never have guessed I was going to meet someone who would change my life. While helping John pack up, as he so often did, Dr. Dave struck up a conversation with us. Before he left, he handed me his business card. The following August, I offered my assistance, and as luck would have it, he needed a color commentator for football, and I jumped at the opportunity.
Well, now I'd like to introduce to you my friend, Mr. Mike Licio. He's the other voice you'll be hearing tonight and throughout the season.
I knew right away that this was the beginning of something special. 9 seasons came and went. Every year, we longed for football season to begin, and before we knew it, it was November, and we were longing again. Since then, I've gotten to check off my bucket list nearly 400 more times, recently completing my 15th season on the broadcast team here at WNZF. I've broadcast high school and college championships, covered games from middle school to the NBA and MLB, NFL playoffs, college bowl games, and the NCAA basketball tournament. More important are the friendships I've made, including my colleague Rich Carroll. I've gotten to know the coaches, athletes, administrators, and their families here in Flagler County, who've become my second family. All this begins and ends with the opportunities Dr. Dave presented me, the wisdom and experience he imparted, and the patience he always had. I still miss those 3 hours together in the booth on Friday nights. Much more though, I miss the conversations that carried on after the game, way into the night, even after the end of an 18-hour day for both of us. The quick lunchtime get-togethers that too often turned into 3 and 4 hour events, the times together in the car driving to road games, and the weekends out of town covering games. These things have carried me through some of the toughest moments in my life. He was a mentor, a colleague, but most importantly, a friend. I will always be grateful for him and treasure our friendship.
I'm Dr. Dave, and I wish you the best weekend you've ever had. Thanks for listening. Good night. This has been a sports presentation of News Radio, WNZF.
From the sports desk, I'm Mike Licio.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, January 6th.
Getting anyone into any healthcare system, no matter where you are, is an issue because we have lack of staff.
Last week's Free for All Friday featured a conversation on the state of healthcare in 2025.
Dr. Scott Cleo says a career in healthcare isn't what it was 20 years ago.
Healthcare has become a business, and that's the problem. And you've seen the recent events in the news with the CEO from United Healthcare and the frustration people are experiencing. But, you know, we've basically made healthcare a commodity now. So, you know, instead of paying doctors or good nurses or personnel well to do their job, because Now it's very transient. Whoever pays them the most is where they're going to go. And medicine has become, instead of a calling, it's basically a job. And people come in and they want 9 to 5. They don't want continuity.
Dr. Cleo says that business approach to medicine has an impact on patients.
Now most of the family practice offices are owned by a conglomerate. They're owned by a hospital. And so it's become, again, a business. And instead of, finding good doctors who care, that you have a relationship for life with, you're just basically a number. And I think that's the problem, as we've gotten further away from your personal private physician to dealing with the bureaucracy of whatever, conglomerate you join to practice medicine.
Dr. Scott and Andrea Cleo's co-host The Doctors Are In on WNZF Sunday mornings at 8:30. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. If you've ever wanted to be a storm spotter, there's an opportunity in Flagler County.
Flagler County Emergency Management is conducting the National Weather Service's free and virtual Skywarn Storm Spotter class from 6 to 7 p.m. on Monday, January 27th, from the comfort of anywhere you wish to be. Flagler County Emergency Management Director Jonathan Lord.
The National Weather Service offers a program called Skywarn, which trains everyday citizens, regular citizens, how to recognize different types of weather, how to be able to tell what kind of weather is coming, how to tell if there's severe rain coming, potential for tornadoes coming, all kinds of different things.
Lord says well-trained volunteers help improve weather reports, which allows emergency management to better prepare for weather events and protect the Flagler community.
You can easily sign up with us, and we put you part of a group where when there's severe weather, you report the weather that you're seeing to the Weather Service to help them improve their forecast.
To register for the Skywarn Storm Spotter class, to secure a spot, go to flaglercounty.gov/emergency and click on Volunteering and Training, where there is the link to register. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
In other news, a suspect pulls a gun on a deputy and is quickly subdued. Just before midnight on January 4th, Deputy Christopher Murphy spotted 38-year-old Michael McDermott standing next to a bicycle on Pine Lakes Parkway. When approached, McDermott attempted to flee on his bike. Deputy Murphy activated his emergency lights, but McDermott pedaled away onto Westminster Drive. As the deputy followed, McDermott pulled a firearm from his waistband. Fearing for his safety, Deputy Murphy struck McDermott with his patrol vehicle, causing him to drop the weapon. With backup from Deputy Michael Anderson, McDermott was quickly secured. McDermott was arrested on multiple charges and taken to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.